Welcome to Off the Court, a show dedicated to making you the best version of yourself as a player and as a person. I'm Coach Jack, CEO and owner of Close the Gate Hoops. If you're trying to take your life and game to the next level, this is the podcast for you. Let's get it.
What's up, everybody? This is Coach Aaron back at you again with another podcast. You're going to have to excuse me. I am a little bit sick, so if my voice sounds funny, please don't mind that. We're just getting through it. I wanted to come on here and make this podcast to talk a little bit about basketball training. So this one's going to be a little bit different than our other podcasts because it's based purely on basketball training. I don't really touch on any life lessons or anything here, but I think this is good for a lot of our students to hear. So I want to come on and make this. But the main reason that got me thinking about this was, so I had a TikTok that did pretty well. It got like over 1 million views, and so with that, negativity is going to come. People are going to disagree with you when that many people see it, obviously. That's just part of it. Basically, the TikTok was a finishing drill where I was going up to finish layups, and Coach Jack was throwing a volleyball to me. And I had to hit the volleyball out of the air and then finish. And it's kind of working on having to adjust in the air and that kind of thing. Basically, I had a guy make a video about my TikTok. He kind of went on to say that it was too fancy and that, you know, you just need to do the mic and drill. And then he went on to call me a scammer trainer or whatever. And, you know, it doesn't really bother me too much, but I kind of wanted to come on here to kind of explain why I disagree with him, because it's a good thing to learn as you're trying to train yourself and as you get more advanced to those stages. He said that you should you should just do the mic and drill, and you don't have to do all this fancy stuff. And while the mic and drill is a great drill, if you don't know what the mic and drill is, you're basically standing right under the basket and you're going back and forth doing right-handed, left-handed layups. That's an awesome drill. The main difference between those two drills is one of them is block training, one of them is variable training. So block training, right? You always know what's going to happen next. Variable training is not pre-planned, right? So every single rep is different and you don't know what to expect until that cue happens, which is like a game. You don't know what you're going to do until you have to make that read. The drill I was doing was with the volleyball. You had to go up and hit the volleyball. You don't know where that volleyball is going to go, right? So you have to go up and hit it and then finish still. So every single rep is going to be different, just like in a game. That was my kind of counter-argument. His counter-argument to my counter-argument was that you might as well just play in a game and you'll get these kind of reps in a game. But if you think about it, how many times in a game are you really going to go up and do those double clutch layups that you have to learn how to do? 1, maybe 2 times in a game. When you're doing that drill, it's much more focused. You're doing rep after rep after rep of working on that specific skill. The way I kind of think about it is the game is like the final exam, right? So everything is all put together. You got to be good at everything, right? And you never know what skills you're going to have to use in that game. The practice and the sessions are like you doing your homework, right? So you might do a similar problem in your homework 4, 5, 6 times in a row, right? But what that's doing is that's focusing on that specific skill and getting you good at that. So you're prepared for the 1, 2 times that you're going to have to do it in a game. The other thing is, in a game, what you're going to try to do is do the things you're good at. If you watch an NBA player like JJ Redick, he is going to play his game and put himself in positions where he's able to do what he's good at doing, which is three-point shooting. He's not often in a game going to try to drive to the basket and finish around all the tall players in the paint, because he's just not as good at that. The time for him to work on that would be during practice or during sessions, right? That is the time to get good at those skills that you might not be as good at, right? And naturally in a game, you're going to try to put yourself in positions where you're able to use the things that you're good at. Now, I get that this drill is not for somebody who's just learning, right? That's the whole key of block training, right? So block training is building up that muscle memory when you're younger. That's just getting rep after rep. That's like form shooting, or that's like hopping on the gun and shooting 100 shots, whatever, from the same spot, doing the same move, whatever. That's block training. That's building muscle memory. Now, once you get older, you have that muscle memory built up and it's not really doing as much for you, doing the same rep over and over and over again, because you know how to do that already. Variable training, doing that is going to make it more game-like, and it's going to build your instincts and make your decisions much more decisive and clear in a game. The simplicity argument that all you really need is a basketball and hard work, right? You got to start getting creative and you got to start working on that variability kind of stuff. And there's all kinds of, drills I see where it's like, well, that might not be necessary to do. But there's a lot of good drills that will help you work on these instincts. A lot of the drills that we use audio cues. So we'll either say left or right or one or two, and they have to make the decision based off that. And it's all about just reacting at split seconds. Right, the game of basketball is a game of split seconds, and you have to be able to make those decisions in those split seconds. I kind of wanted to just use this opportunity. It kind of sprouted an idea for me to talk about this, because this is something that I think a lot of basketball players, as they get a little bit more advanced, something to start thinking about. Right. Again, to recap, variability. Right, variability is not pre-planned. You don't know what you're going to do every single rep, and you're using some kind of cue to react, to make a split-second decision, right? That is for working on those instincts, right? And you use that once you already have that muscle memory built up. Block training is something you do when you're trying to build that muscle memory. When you don't know how to do something yet, repping it over and over and over and over again is going to be what's going to get you good at that. You're going to be able to repeat that move over and over and over again. And then the variability comes in. Once you know that move, you're able to make a decision and then use that move. Variability, it's much more game-like. It's essential once you start to get more advanced and better with your muscle memory. So all in all, I want to thank you guys for listening again. This has been Coach Aaron. Peace out.
Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of Off the Court. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, please don't forget to leave reviews if you haven't yet. This helps us with engagement and helps us rank higher to make an influence on more basketball lives. I also strongly encourage you guys to check out our free ebook download that's 25 pages long, How to Unlock the Mental Side of the Game. I was a player that was constantly grinding and constantly working, and it was really hard for me not to see results from the amount of work I was putting in. But this ebook that I wrote dives exactly into those types of questions. I was completely ignoring the most important part of basketball, which is the mental side of the game. So the 25-page ebook that I wrote is for you guys to give yourselves a leg up on your competition and almost like a secret weapon. I call it the basketball cheat code. Also, check out our website, ctghoops.com. On there, we got tons of programs that you guys can download to make yourselves a better basketball player. We have the CTG Productivity Notebook, helping you guys become addicted to productivity. Of course, in-person training. We are located now in multiple cities. And then we have the CTG blog, free education on becoming your best basketball self. Lastly, follow all our social media pages at CTG Hoops, where we post multiple times a day, trying to make you the best player and person that you can be. All the links for these are down in the description below. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you guys check out all the other episodes of Off the Court, and make sure you're ready for next week's episode. I'm Coach Jack. We out, baby. Peace.